Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Fabi here from Fabi English. How are you? How are you all? Welcome to another IELTS Journey with Fabi. Talk about everything and anything IELTS, okay? So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Fabi. I'm an English teacher and I help people get the score they need on the IELTS test and do the test only once. Okay, because no one should be doing the IELTS test more than once. Okay, once is enough. All right, so you can tell me where you're watching this from. I love to know where you guys are at. And today we'll be talking about how to feel confident on the day of the test. Okay. So, how to feel confident on the day of the test. Because, I always say that 50% of the IELTS test is strategies, 50% is English. But sometimes we forget that little percentage, which is also mindset. How are you feeling? Okay. So, we forgot about that. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Okay. All these things that we can do to feel a little bit better because we practice for the test, we try to work very hard, but sometimes on the day of the test, one or two things might happen and that might not contribute to your score. Okay, so one or two things might happen, and then when that happens, then you might not get the score you need. Okay, so we're going to talk about that today. So, just a question before I start: how many of you have done the test? If you have done the test, you can say, I've done it. Tell me how you felt in the comments. All right. And those of you who haven't done it yet, are you worried? Are you a little bit worried? All right. Okay. So let me know. All right. So feeling confident on test day. Okay. So if your confidence is low, most of the time when your confidence is low, your performance will also be low. It's just a fact. Okay. That's kind of what happens. Okay, guys. So if you're not feeling good that day, it might affect your performance. Okay. So today we're just going to talk about a few things that you can do or things for you to think about. Okay. Because again, I do feel that your confidence, it'll be hard to get confident on the day of the test. Confidence is something that you have to build. Okay. Someone saying hello. Pleasure. Have you tried the IELTS test yet, Carlos? Tell me, please. And guys, if I miss any of your comments, I usually go back to it at the end. Okay. If you're watching me on YouTube or on Instagram. All right. Cool. So, yeah. So, when it comes to your confidence, all right. So, your confidence is something that you build. Okay. And you go and build, build, build. And then on the day of the test, your confidence should be 100%. All right. Because if your confidence is low, increasing your confidence on the day of the test might be hard. Okay. You can keep it up. But to gain confidence on the day might be hard because it's something that you should have been doing for a while. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. All right. Good, good. Okay. So, um, one of the key things, okay, for your preparation, okay, so one of the key things would be knowing the test. And you go, oh, Fabi, that's obvious, isn't it? Yes, it's obvious. But I've seen lots of people going to do the IELTS test, booking the IELTS test without knowing what the test is like, without knowing what the test is about. All right. Lots of people have done that. And then they go, oh, yeah, I just want to try, see what it looks like. You can actually do that before. Okay, guys, you can just see what it looks like before. So you don't have to know on the day of the real test. You can practice in advance. Okay. So, for example, some people say, oh, I know what a test is like. There are 4 parts: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Okay. Is that enough? Mm-mm. It is not enough. Okay, guys. So, for you to really know the test, you have to know what? How many parts we have? Okay, cool. Within the part, How many parts do we have? In this specific part, how many parts do you have? All right. And then, even inside that other part, questions. How many questions do you have? How many types of questions do you have? So we have to analyze all of these things just so you can be confident. Okay. Another big one is time. So you go, you say, all right, okay, so I know the IELTS test has 4 parts, okay, and there are 40 questions. All right, cool. But then how long do you have? People don't know. And then they fail because they don't know how long. So one part of the test where people really struggle with time, it's writing and reading. Lots of people struggle with writing and reading when it comes to the time, right? And you must know you have an hour. You have an hour for the writing, an hour for the reading. It is enough information. Is it enough? Is it enough? I don't think so. What are you going to do with that hour? How are you going to organize yourself so you can really do the best? Okay, so it's not only knowing about, sorry, it's not really knowing about the amount of parts. It's not really knowing about how many questions. You also have to think about the details. I have 1 hour to do it. Okay, cool. But how are you going to use that hour? Task one and task two. People always talk about, do I do task two first or task one first, Fabi? I have my opinion, but you should do the one that works best for you. So that's why you have to practice. So you have to get to the test. I was talking to some students, with my students, we're always trying strategies so people can see what works for them, right? I give them lots of advice and then lots of things they can do, and they decide what they're going to do. But then I tell them, yeah, keep practicing, but make your decision before the test. Decide what you are going to apply, what will be your strategies, okay? Before, not on the day of the test. So that's why you really need to know the test. And again, I always tell my students, I want you guys to get to the test. Let's say you're going to do the test in the computer, not on paper. So the screen appears and the listening starts. You know exactly what you have to do. That will help you with your confidence on the day of the test. Okay? So you go, okay, I really know what I have to do. And then you start doing it. And you don't even think about it. Writing. Okay, these are the questions. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Go. So knowing the test well will help you with that. Because what you don't want on the day of the test is actually to get there and go, what am I doing? What am I saying? What do I have to write? What do I have to do? Okay, that will slow you down and your confidence will go down, 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 down. Okay, so you have to practice in advance, know the test really, really well, just so you know what you have to do, how you have to do it, how long it takes. You have to know all of this before the test. Okay, the element of surprise on the day of the test will bring your score and your confidence down. And guys, why do I always talk about doing the test only once? Most people who do the test and fail, okay, this will bring your confidence down. This will lower your confidence. So, if you go to your next test with a low confidence, you might not succeed. That's why I try my best to help people do the test only once. That's one of the main reasons I do that. Because that helps with your confidence too, okay? It's a process. Okay, guys, it's like something that you start today and you keep doing it until the day of the test. Okay, so practice knowing the test. Okay, is is what will help you with your confidence. Okay, but then there are people, they get there on the day of the test and they go, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can. I don't think I can. And then, because my students, they have to talk to me before they do the test. So they go, oh, Fabi, I'm not sure. And I ask, why? Why do you think you're not sure? Why? What's happening? Because have you been practicing? Yes. Do you know your average score? Yes. Do you know how the test works? Yes. So what's the problem? Okay. And then they say, I don't think I've studied enough. And I go, do you think you studied? Did you study? And they go, yes, I did everything you recommended. So you're good. Okay. Or no, Fabi, I didn't have time. Oh, then we have a problem. Okay. So you have to be honest with yourself, guys. So sometimes just saying to yourself, I'm confident, might not really help. You have to feel confident. And to feel confident, you have to do what? Do the work, do the practice, know what you have to do. Otherwise, doesn't matter how many times you say it, if you're not feeling it, you are not very confident. And that's going to reflect on your final score. Okay, so you have to be honest with yourself, guys. Recently I saw Simone Biles, the lady from the US who won the gold medal, right? And then before she did what she needed to do to get the gold medal, she talked to herself. She was like, you got this, you got this, because she had practiced a lot. She knew she could do it. So she was just reminding herself, like, why are you worried? Why are you stressed? You can do this. You've done it so many times. Why are you worried? Literally, why are you worried? You know? And that's what happened. And then she's like, oh my God, why am I worried? I shouldn't be worried. Then she got the gold medal. So she got the gold medal. Okay. So sometimes my students say, oh, Fabi, I just need something, just one thing. So it works, just one thing. And I don't think it's one thing. It's a combination of lots of things. And then if you keep, getting to know the test, improving your English at the same time, when you get to the day of the test, everything seems so easy. I had a student even saying it looked like magic, Fabi. We did so much together. And then on the day of the test, I knew what I have to do. I was like, oh my God, I know what I have to do. And that improves your confidence. Okay, guys, that brings your confidence up. And that's what you need. That's what you want on the day of the test. All right. Okay. So, of course, in addition to practicing, okay, like I said before, you have to have it in your mind that you can do it. Because if you think you can't, then you can't. I always say that to my students. If you think you can't, you can't. But if you think you can, oh, yes, then you can. We have a few things to do so you can get there. But if you think you can, you can. Okay. So lots of people like affirmations. All right. Like affirmations. So when you do these affirmations, you go, I can get the score I need. I can get the score I need. So sometimes I have students who are struggling. And I ask them, do you think you can? And they go, no, I don't think so. And then I have to show them what they have done. And they go, oh, yeah, I think I can. And then from I think I can, they go into, yes, I can. Oh, my English is not good enough. Guys, if you go to the test thinking your English is not good enough, your English is not going to be good enough. It's a fact. Okay, if you think your English is not good enough, it's not going to be enough, unfortunately. Okay, but that's it. So what do you have to do? Keep working on it. Keep working on it. Keep working on it. Okay, so you can get there on the day of the test and be more confident. Okay. So one of the things you can think about is I'm ready. Actually, before my students do the test, they have to book a consultation with me. And they have to send me an email saying, I'm ready. Okay. And that helps with their confidence. And then, hey, Fabi, I think I'm ready. Do you think I'm ready? Yes, you're ready. Go. All right. So that's something that can boost your confidence and that can help you on the day of the test. You get there. Oh my God, I don't think I can do it. Well, I think I'm ready. Fabi thinks I'm ready. Well, Fabi's the expert. So yeah, if she says I'm ready, I think I'm ready. And then you go and you do it. Okay. Are prepared? I'm prepared. That's something you can think about. Or you go, am I prepared? And you think about, am I? Okay. Yes, I am. There you go. There you go. Okay. One thing I ask my students to do sometimes just to see themselves doing the test, just imagine yourself there on test day, how you feeling, those kinds of things. That will help you also on test day. Knowing what happens on the day, that you have to put your phone in the locker, put your watch in the locker, you know, like for example, can't forget your passport, those kinds of things. Okay, that helps too. That helps too. Okay, but I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. Okay, all right. So, but when it comes to this mindset, guys, is being honest with yourselves. Okay, just be honest with yourself. Okay, did you really study? If you think you haven't studied, okay, maybe that's why it's so good to have someone helping you, a professional, someone who really knows the test well. That's why it's important to have someone helping you. Why? Because then you have someone to tell you, yes, you have been working hard, you're doing well, or no, you have to improve this, you have to improve that. I don't think you're ready yet, because that's what I do with my students, and that helps them with their confidence. And lots of people, they come and say, oh, Fabi, I'm not sure. I said, look at your scores, look at your progress. Oh yeah, huh, not too bad. All right, so you think I can, Fabi? Yes, I think you can. Okay, let's go, let's try. Okay, so that's something that we have to think about. Okay, that will help you on test day. Feeling confident, feeling confident. Okay, and I know that some people, they have anxiety. Okay, and again, guys, there are lots of things you can do out there. Breathing exercises, meditation. I'm not going to tell you what to do here because it's personal. I have things I do to relax. Okay. And if you don't know something you can do to relax, find out today, because that will help you on the day of the test and that will help you for your life. So, what do you like to do? People talk about breathing exercises. I'm not a big fan of the breathing exercises. People say, you have to do it, you have to do it. Yeah, okay, but it doesn't really work for me. I have other things I do. I like meditations. I think they're really helpful. I did one this morning. I open my eyes first thing, get my phone, get the earphones, do the meditation straight away. And that helps me for the day. If I can't sleep because I'm worried about something, again, so that's something that works for me. But some people say, no, I can't meditate, which is fine. Did you know there are walking meditations? Yeah, there are some meditations. Actually, they don't have to, let's go like this for 10, 15 minutes. There are other types of meditation. Okay. Or just find something that works for you. What do you do to relax? Go for a walk. Pet your dog. I have a dog. I have Juju, and lots of people say, just putting your dog on your lap and just petting it. It relaxes people. So, what can you do to relax? Just think about that. Of course, you can't bring your dog to the test with you guys. All right. So, maybe think of something that you can do before the test, okay? Or the day before the test. All right. So that will help you. Okay. And also finding a way, oh, I can't do this. Oh, no, I'm not good enough. This isn't for me. The IELTS test is so difficult. Why am I'm not going to get this car because it's so hard. Fabi said I'm going to do it only once, but everyone does it 10 times. So, yeah, that kind of stuff, guys, stop that. Okay. Just stop. All right. And go, okay, it's hard. Yeah, someone said it's hard, but it's not that hard for me. Oh, people are doing the test 10 times, but I've seen people do it only once. So, okay, guys, just think about that. That's quite helpful too. All right. Okay. Now let's be a little bit more practical, right? Again, to help you with your confidence. Okay. To help you with your confidence. I feel that maybe knowing where the place is, I live in Brisbane. Okay. I live in Brisbane. And the place where I did my test is 5 minutes from my house. Okay. And I know Brisbane very well, but I've never been there. I know where it is, but I've never been there. The day before, no kidding. Because they said, oh, you get there, you have to park at this specific place, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh my God, it sounds confusing. If I get there on the day of the test and I can't find a place to park, I don't know where it is, I'm going to freak out. So one day before, I went to the place. I was like, oh, that's where I have to park. Oh, okay, that's where I have to go. And that helped me a lot. I knew where to go. Okay, so that helps a lot, guys. What's going to happen? For example, I had a student. Okay, he went to the test without his passport. He forgot the passport, and that's the document you need. And they're like, "Oh, where's your passport?" Like, what? But he got there very early, and thank God he lived close to the test center, so he managed to go home, get the passport, and go back. Otherwise, he would have lost $400. Okay, another story. Here in Brisbane, we have two universities, UQ and QUT, and you can do the IELTS test on both of them. So one of my students, she booked her test for QUT. But on the day of the test, she went to UQ. Guys, it's like 30 minutes away. So she got there. She's like, I think you have to go to QUT. Like, what? And then, thank God, she was so early that she managed to get to the right place and did the test and got the score she needed. Okay. But imagine the stress. Okay. Just imagine the stress, guys. So these are just small things you can do. Go to the test center the day before. Or maybe if you have options, like in Brisbane, we have 3 or 4 different places where you can do the test. Just choose the place that's closest to you. You know? So that these are just small things that you can do. Okay? So you can feel confident. Get there early, early. What is it better to rush there and not know what's happening, or just to sit and wait for your turn till they call you? Hey, you can start now. What is better? Okay, just think about it. What is the best thing to do? Okay, so all of these things, and maybe if you know what you can do to make you a little bit more relaxed, you can just go ahead and do it. So just imagine, just maybe they say get there 30 minutes in advance. Get there 30 minutes in advance, right? And then just think about, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to be early, probably very early. So what am I going to do? You can do your relaxing thing. What is relaxing for you? Okay, and you can do it. And you can start doing that. All right. All right. Okay. And now, just one more thing I'd like to share with you before I go. Okay. Guys, if you have questions, you can pop the questions in there. Okay. If you have questions, you can pop the questions in. All right. Okay. So, just one more thing. Okay. Lots of people are worried about their performance, lots of people worried about failing. Okay. The reason you feel like that is because you are in it right now. So you're doing the IELTS test now. You haven't really done the real test yet. So you're just in it and you go, oh my God, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? You don't know what's going to happen because you've never done it and you think you can't. Think about achievements in your life. I don't know, your job. Think about if you finish university yet. Think about finishing university. Probably, let's just think about your job. Probably on the day of the interview, You're a little bit anxious, like, oh my God, this is such a good job. I don't know if I'm going to get it. Oh my God, I'm so worried. Am I going to get it? Am I not going to get it? And then bang, you got it. You got it. So you go, wow, not that hard now. Think about university. If you have finished university, just think about it. How difficult was it? How tricky was it? Oh, maybe it wasn't difficult, but how much work you had to do? You probably thought, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to finish this thing. And then you did it. Same thing with the test. You're here right now trying and trying. Oh my God, am I going to get the score I need? I don't know. Just think about things in your life that were tricky. Just think about it. And how did you overcome those things? IELTS test, the same thing. Exact same thing. Okay, the exact same thing, guys. So just start thinking about that, okay? And again, some people, they start the test, they go to the test, they're doing a practice test. And instead of focusing on the test, they're thinking about their score. Oh my God, what score am I going to get? What if I get a low score? When am I going to do the test today? If I get a low score, I'll be able to apply for my visa. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then this and that. Oh my God. Guys, focus on the test. Focus on what you're doing right now. Okay? Because if you don't focus on what you're doing right now, you won't be able to do to get what you need, which is your score. Right? It's your score. So yeah, focus on what you can do right now. Okay, guys, that's why it's so important to practice. Okay, have a plan. Have a plan for the day of the test. This is how I'm gonna do the listening. This is how I'm gonna do the reading. I'm going to start with task 1 because it works better for me, even though everyone tells me I have to start with task 2. Perfect. I recommend you start with task 2, but if you have been practicing and task 1 first works better for you, that's fine. That's completely fine. Okay. So just keep thinking about the things. Okay, guys. And again, if you're doing the listening, worrying about the writing, you're doing the listening wrong. Just focus on what you're doing at the moment. Okay. That's what you should be doing. All right. Okay. Okay. Guys, you have any questions? Pop the questions in when you're ready. Okay. Just pop the questions in. Okay. So today we are talking about, okay, being confident on the day of the test. And like I said before, I do think that on the day of the test, okay, on the day of the test, it's not the day to work on your confidence. You have to be working on your confidence every day. Your confidence needs to be at the top. Okay, that's what we're talking about today. Okay, how knowing the test well. So you can see everything we talked about are things that you have to do before. Okay, guys, before. So knowing the task quite well is one thing, okay? Maybe having some affirmations, thinking, I can do it, I can do it will help you too. Okay. If you have a negative thought, it's so hard, I can't do it. Get rid of that. Find ways to be relaxed. Okay. Get to know the test center. Where is it? So on the day of the test, you don't feel surprised. Okay. And also think about the things you have achieved in your own life. Okay, think about those things and that will help you too. All right. So, question here, how do you know I'm ready? I've been hesitating. Okay. So, astronauta. So, how do I know I'm ready? I've been hesitating for a year. Okay. So, my first question is, are you studying by yourself or with help? If you're studying by yourself, it's going to be very hard to know whether you're ready or not. Okay. If you have been studying by yourself, now is the time to get some help, because you need someone who's an IELTS expert to tell you whether you're ready or not. Because I think you're worried about doing the test and not passing. You're probably worried about losing money, right? Yeah, I agree with you. That's why, as I said before, my students, they book a consultation with me to check if they're ready or not, because I don't want them to lose money. And guys, okay, it's money, it's important, but also is your confidence. I've seen people fail, and when they fail, some people fail and they go, all right, okay, now I know what I have to do to improve. And we have another consultation and I help them. Okay. But most people, especially if you don't have help, if you don't know where you're at, all right. So yes, I can see why you're hesitating, but if you have been working by yourself, now it's time to get some help and get a professional to look at what you're doing and say, yes, you're ready, you can do it. All right. Okay. I hope I answered your question. I'm focusing on the listening. Good. Okay. Yeah. So, guys, if you have time to study, you can focus on one skill. So, this week, just listening. Next week, just writing. Then, just reading. Yeah. Okay. So, you can focus on things. Yeah. And again, if you're when you on the day of the test, just make sure you're focusing on what you're doing, not the next thing or what you did before. Sometimes people go, you're doing the writing or doing the reading and you keep thinking about the spelling mistake that you might have made in the listening. Okay, guys, forget about it. It's gone. Don't think about it. Okay. Other questions? I'm starting with a teacher. I even went overseas to improve my English. My teacher always says you're ready. So if you trust your teacher, maybe you are. Okay. If your teacher's an IELTS expert, if she thinks you're ready, you're ready. Okay. But again, exactly what I talked about today. All right. You have to feel ready too. Okay. Like with my students, I have proof that they have improved, that they are ready. Okay. So think about that. All right. Okay. Any other questions for me? Any other questions, guys? No? All right. Okay. So if you don't have any more questions, you can send me a message later if you have more questions. Okay. And I'll be back on Wednesday, same time. Okay. Someone said, I've been working for years with an English teacher. Cool. Okay. And again, guys, yeah. So for the IELTS test, I would recommend a teacher who knows the test very well. Because if you have been studying English, that's okay. But then you have to know the test. Okay, you really, really have to know the test. So that's when having a teacher who's an IELTS expert really helps. Because maybe most general English teachers won't know the test that well. Okay, and know the requirements and what you need to do. Okay, you need to improve your speaking. Yes, lots of people have to improve their speaking. Yeah, actually, in my course today we had the workshop. So I did speaking test with all the students. Speaking test with feedback. It was good. It was a long lesson. I I finished just a bit before I connect here with you guys. Yeah, but it was so good, and they got proper feedback, and we're probably going to be doing it again. Okay, and in the community, they can record themselves and post there too. Post there too. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Cool. So I'm gonna go. So if you have any other questions, you can always send me a message. All right. Okay. So I'll see you next time. Okay. All right. Bye.